Black Enterprise, when we're coming up with this list of the best companies for diversity, sends out the survey to the top 1,000 publicly traded companies and another 100 or so that are sort of multinational companies that exist across have global operations across the world. Unfortunately, what happens is many companies try to self-select by not filling out the survey. And their reason for not filling out the survey, more oftentimes than not, is they figure, well, our numbers are so bad, we're not going to make the list.
Quite frankly, some of the companies that didn't send in surveys, they were quite candid that their numbers didn't measure up, and they wanted our council to see how they can do better in, say, supplier diversity, or in terms of, improving their representation on corporate boards.
But I'm very confident that Derek and his team have objectively selected the 40 best companies off of very, very straightforward measurements with a focus on, in particular, how they're doing with diversity as it relates to the African American market on top of how they do with, quote, diversity as broadly defined as that may be. Even if they don't make the list, we send them a post-mortem of the list where we show them where they fall within the categories we measure and what percentile they're in. So they can get a sense of where they have to improve.
We have a long way to go. When you look at the leadership teams of these companies, tech and many non-tech, predominantly white male.
In some parts of Silicon Valley, it's like the Rocky Mountains. The higher you go, the wider it gets. What I've explained to the folks of Silicon Valley is that the pool that you are choosing from, if you don't have people of color in that pool, no matter how diverse you are from the pool you pull from, you're never going to get our folks into that.
Companies advance and this nation advance due to ideas and ability to innovate. That can't happen if you have the same people in the room. This list is not about being a good corporate citizen. It's about those companies that realize that diversity and inclusion is a business imperative. And as this country becomes more, minority majority, and that's going to be the case in the workforce, by the year 2038, it's going to be a minority majority workforce. Those companies that are not embracing diversity now are going to be left behind.